Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2024 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, the scrolls open in front of us. The Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom and oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling up this astrology as we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have 10. So 10th house energy for you guys is Gemini. Astrologically speaking, it's a little quiet there right now, but in general, 10th house points to career and social status. Right, we have Saturn, and Saturn's actually in your opposite sign of Pisces. That's the house for you anyway, for partnerships, contracts, and relationships. We haven't had that full moon in your sign just yet. That's going to make a slight opposition with Saturn, so that might be why you're seeing some significance come up there. Not really like a tight opposition, but still noticeable. And speaking of Pisces, we see Pisces there too. So yeah, you guys could definitely be putting a focus on your partnerships, contracts, and relationships this month, which, like we said, makes sense. There's going to be a lot of energy flowing through Pisces. All right, so with that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and challenging that, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is actually the court card energy for your sign, and then this is Capricorn energy. So it could just be saying that you might have an idea that you come forward with this month, maybe you present it to people, but the challenge is to actually get people to collaborate with you on that idea, right? So could just be one of those things. Or for some of you, it might be saying that maybe you're trying to take on something by yourself. And it could just be saying that that might be a little more unrealistic and you might actually need others to assist you with taking this thing on. So I guess it would depend on the scope of the idea that you're presenting that would help figure out which category you fall into there. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, to me, this says that for some of you, just feel like the spark's been lit within you recently to where you are feeling like you want to take on new things, right? You're feeling more action-oriented than usual. So maybe that's what's ultimately leading to you coming forward with that idea to others. Right. In the past position, we have the Sun. So yeah, looks like this could be another indicator here saying that in the past, you might have just felt like you were feeling a lot more light, vibrant, right? Feeling very energetic, youthful, playful. So that could have been where these ideas might have come into focus for you guys. Right. In the present position, we have the Judgment card. So seeing this come up in the present, could this be saying that this might have actually been something that you might have explored to some extent in the past and for whatever reason might have abandoned the idea, right? Or maybe the timing just wasn't right, so you might have shelved it, and could just be saying that now this idea could be coming back to the forefront for you guys to take a look at. All right, in the near future position, we have the Strength card. So yeah, to me, to see this in the near future, it could just be saying that at least, even though this is in the main situation position, for some of you, you still haven't necessarily come forward to anyone about this idea yet, right? So you could still be holding back on it. Even if there is a bit of an eagerness on your part to come forward and express this idea and that plan of yours, you might still be holding back because maybe you feel like, okay, maybe the timing's not right just yet. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Magician. All right, and I don't know why I won't focus, but yeah, it could just be saying that for a lot of you, this is one of those things that absolutely, this is something that I feel like you know you have the power to give it the traction it needs to take off, right? And maybe that's part of what it is too. So for some of you, it could just be one of those things where maybe you've already come to the realization that, okay, yeah, I can't necessarily do this on my own, right? But I have the resources available to me to make it happen. And maybe you're just trying to figure out, okay, who do I want to bring into the fold for this situation? All right, in the environment position, we have the Four of Cups. So this is Cancer energy here. And it could just be saying that maybe there will be people in your environment that it wouldn't necessarily resonate with right away, right? Because this is your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes, right? So let's say if you mention this idea to friends of yours, maybe expecting them to have an enthusiastic reaction to it the way you did, right? It could just be one of those things where it might seem like they're not all that interested in it. So that could be what's at play for some of you, or it could just be saying for some of you, you've already gone through that. And now you're trying to think, okay, well, if the group I'm currently working with doesn't want to help me put this out there, who else could I get to join in on the idea, right? Right. In hopes or fears position, we have the High Priestess. So for a lot of you, this is probably more of a hope, right? Where you're saying, okay, hopefully I could really tap into my intuition here, right? Especially if, like I said, when you bring it out to people around you, it seems like they're a little lukewarm on the idea at best. You're like, let me intuitively feel out what is the best way for me to put this thing out there, right? So maybe from their reaction, you start to reconsider, like, okay, is there another way I could package this idea before it gets out there for a broader audience that would actually be more digestible? Right, in the outcome position, we have the Page of Cups. So, to me, this says that for a lot of you, you might ultimately decide that, okay, even if there did seem to be a bit of a lukewarm reception to the idea when I presented it to others that I wasn't maybe expecting, right? Like, I'm just going to go ahead and put the idea out there, right? So you might decide, even if it's not perfect, right? It's not as polished as I'd like it to be. Something might kind of nudge you to just come forward and put the idea out there anyway. All right, and the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy here, and it could just be saying, given that this is a ninth house energy for you guys, that whatever the situation is, right, maybe it's some kind of realization you came to for yourselves, right, and even though it might not seem to resonate with others, it might actually be very beneficial for you and your individual path. Right. From the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says, Your truth is personal to you. Okay, it says your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. So yeah, that could definitely be a good takeaway for what we were saying as far as if you do present this idea to a bigger audience and they don't seem to have the same level of excitement and understanding of it that you do, could just be pointing to exactly that, right? Saying that, well, maybe it's not for everyone to agree with, right? But as long as it works for you, that's what's most important. All right, from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Not For You. There's the artwork, and the number is 6. So we'll see what this has to say. Okay, central meanings says a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game, and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed, your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what's for your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Especially for those of you where, like I said, maybe you present the idea to others around you, expecting them to be enthusiastic about it and think it's just as awesome as you do, and you might find, well, okay, I wasn't necessarily expecting that lukewarm reception, right? And then seeing the Page of Cups in the outcome position, like we said, could just be one of those things where that might cause you to reconsider, like, oh, there are things I should do to tweak this, right? But it could just be saying that there might even be something beyond the realm that you even thought of at this point that could be better for your path. Okay, the relationship message says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. Interesting message there, I will say. I mean, for the most part, this didn't necessarily come across as a one-to-one romantic partnership type of scenario, but hopefully that resonated with you if you guys were seeking guidance on that. And the prosperity message says you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Because it could just be saying that even if you do feel like you get that lukewarm reception around whatever this idea is, it could just be saying that even that experience in of itself could still be beneficial for you in the long run as you do move towards something else. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.